Just gonna let y'all know now, the secretary's gonna be making some noise in the background because she's making my dinner. Hurry with my dinner, bitch!
Fuck you!
It's Drewski McGillicuddy's Curse of Chucky movie review. Hey everybody, it's Drewski McGillicuddy, and guess what I did? I finally sat down and I watched Curse of Chucky from 2013, I guess. I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. But that's beside the point. Let's start off right away by telling you the fact that I already tried to watch this movie, 2 years ago? And just something about it I wasn't grooving with. So I turned it off less than 15 minutes into it. I probably didn't even make it to the actual credit, or, title card. Just turned it off because something right off the bat, it didn't feel like a Child's Play movie. It didn't. I don't know how to explain it. The atmosphere wasn't there. I don't. It's really hard to explain. Maybe you know what I'm talking about without me having to explain it. But that's the main problem I had with this movie, is it did not have that Child's Play atmosphere. If anything, it had the Conjuring atmosphere. This movie begged to be a haunted house movie, but no, it ended up being a movie about a killer doll. Yeah. And at first, you're sitting there watching the movie, and you're like, what the fuck is the point? Okay? Get to the goddamn point. That's what I was like. Because, literally, Chucky doesn't even come to life in this movie until 45 minutes into it. I felt like I was watching, a Godzilla movie. Or I was just waiting for something to happen, but it never did. No, I'm kidding. I haven't seen the new Godzilla, so I can't really say. But no, seriously. The beginning of this movie was extremely tedious for me. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Who are these people? But eventually it does explain who these people are. Whether or not I needed to know this, or that this needed to be a thing, it does kind of tie together nicely, but it's kind of unnecessary. And then, whatever, let's just start over, okay? The movie is about, what's her name? Fiona Dorff. Speaking of which, speaking of Fiona Dorff, that's the one positive I could give this movie, is Fiona Dorff's performance, and the fact that she is just strikingly drop dead gorgeous. It's ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. But yeah, and I had the chance to meet her at Horror Hound last year, but apparently I wasn't paying attention then either. Anyway, so she is a paraplegic, and she lives with her mother in this big, creepy, haunted house. But you don't see any ghosts. But you see this doll. I don't know. Why would you set a fucking horror movie in a fucking haunted house and then have it be a fucking Chucky movie? Huh? What the fuck kind of sense does that make? But anyway, so she's sitting there, she gets a package, the package guy's hitting on her, and she's like, Mom, was that guy hitting on me? It's like, well, yeah, you're fucking hot, dumbass. Just because you're in a fucking wheelchair, you don't think, we're slightly interested? That'd be fun to, hook up with a girl that couldn't run away from you. That was fucked up. Anyway, don't worry about that. So anyway, she opens the package, there's this ugly fucking doll. Right? Look. I'm like, who the fuck is that? That is not Chucky. Okay? I don't know what the fuck they did to his face. But it turns out he's wearing makeup. But that still doesn't explain what the fuck is wrong with this doll. There is something about this doll that just rubs me the wrong way. The voice acting's fine. But the animatronics, and then what the hell? You've done this before, right? Don Mancini, you have done this before. I've seen you do it before. Who the fuck? It's not like it was fucking terrible or anything, but it's like, it came out in 2013. You know what I mean? And then we have these movies that came out in 1988, 1990, and 1993, and they're fucking far superior when it comes to the puppetry and the design of the doll, and we get this stupid looking fucking... But that's that's not the most, or that's the least of the movie's problem, is the design of Chucky. Now, there is a good story in here somewhere, but it doesn't necessarily belong in a Child's Play movie. Because I like the fact that, you know, the family, like, okay, here's what happens. This movie's just so fucking frustrating, okay? So you're just gonna have to deal with, you know, plus I'm going through some stressful shit right now, which I might address in a later video. I told Divine Ram about it, but that's only because he's special and he's sending me VHS tapes. What the fuck have you people done for me lately? Anyway, thanks for watching. So what am I talking about? Okay, so this paraplegic, her name's like, it's on the tip of my tongue. I should have wrote it down, but hey, I'm not a professional. But anyway, this girl, she's real hot. She lives with her mom, and her mom is kind of like, she's on medication. She's not right in the head, apparently. Well, you know, they get this doll, and her mom throws it in the garbage can. The next thing you know, she jumps off the fucking balcony at this big, giant mansion and just cracks her skull open. So, naturally, everybody assumes she committed suicide. Well, the family comes for the funeral, which includes the girl's sister, her husband, the live-in nanny, her niece, and Father, what's his name? Father Frank. That's funny. I can remember Frank. I don't know why that is. Anyway, so they all come to, like, grieve with, whatever the fuck her name is. I can't remember.
Fiona.
Yeah, Fiona Dorff's character, but she's got a name in the movie, babe.
Just call her Fiona.
Okay, so Fiona, you know, her family comes to see her, and somehow the doll is no longer in the garbage, so she gives the doll to her niece, and then her niece is running around with the doll, but it takes 45 fucking minutes for the doll to even come to life. And, you know, everything in the meantime is just kind of like slow, drawn out, and relatively boring for my taste. But then they throw a twist on us, because this whole time you're watching the movie, you see the guy, Fiona's sister's husband, keeps like talking about, oh, I like this, and then the nanny's like, oh my god, me too, or he'll be like, oh, or she'll be like, I like this, he's like, oh my god, me too. So you're thinking, oh my god, is he bamboozling the fucking live-in nanny behind closed doors? What's going on here, people? But then, shocker, that's not what's fucking going on, okay? Because you think that his wife's gonna confront the nanny in this one scene, and then it's like all of a sudden they just start making out. I'm like, oh, now it's getting fucking interesting, and then it goes kind of back to being fucking boring again. But then, you know, it kind of picks up in the third act a little bit, and then, you know, there are some decent kills, but I don't understand the first kill. Well, that's not the first kill. Yeah, the first actual kill we get to see doesn't even happen until like 26 minutes into the movie, because they're making chili. Chucky puts some rat poison in, and you're sitting there wondering, you're playing Russian roulette. It's like takes like fucking 15 fucking minutes for him to fucking actually get to the fucking who ate the fucking rat poison. And by that time you don't really give a fuck. But then when you find out, you're like, oh, okay. I kind of figured it wasn't going to be the little girl, because, you know, usually that's the person that Chucky wants to play hide the soul with. So no, it was Father Frank. And this is spoiler alert if you've not seen this fucking movie. So Father Frank excuses himself, and then it's not even the rat poison that kills him. He gets in a car accident, and then, you know, this cop comes and he wants to save him. He's like, he's bleeding to death. You gotta get him out of there. So they take him out of there, and by taking him out of there, his fucking head falls off. Which was kind of cool, but it was fucking stupid as fuck at the same time. But, you know, what are you gonna do? But then, the electricity kill, because he kills this girl with electricity, right? She's sitting on the bed. Her and dude's wife are, you know, doing what lesbians do online, because they can't be doing it in the same room. I don't fucking know what I'm talking about. Anyway, listen. What he does is, he comes in, he's got the butcher knife, and then he kicks over a bucket. Like, what the fuck's the point of him standing there all ominous with a butcher knife if he's just gonna kick over the bucket and electrocute her? Like, what's the point of carrying a knife around if you're not gonna fucking use it? I don't understand. I don't know. There's just things that bug me about this movie. But then once we get into the third act, there were things that were like, well, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. But there wasn't nothing like mesmerizing. Chucky did have one really good line right before a kill in this movie where he tells what's her name that she has her mother's eyes and they're too close together, and he stabs her in it. And it was fucking great. I laughed. I was like, all right, that was a good one. But then they start unraveling why Chucky's at this place, because, you know, Fiona's going around the whole time trying to figure out what's going on, and then there's some shit that, you know, I'll just leave out because I'm not going to bring it up. Oh, God. I'm just trying to get you some content. I gotta get this done before the new one comes out so I can rank them. But anyway, so we get some backstory on Charles Lee Ray, who I could have mistaken for Tommy Wiseau. I swear to God, I was like, oh my God, what the fuck is Tommy Wiseau doing in this movie? Why couldn't they just get Steven? Oh my God, that is Steven Dorff. Let the record show I meant Brad Dorff. Who the fuck knew that Steven Dorff looks dead on Tommy Wiseau? I mean, is he wearing a fucking wig in this movie? What the fuck is going on? It's like, you're fucking with my childhood, you motherfucker. That's what you're doing. Oh, Christ. Don Mancini, what the fuck is your problem? Anyway, so yeah, when we get the fucking ending, which is really fucking good. Like, the ending, like, I'm not going to tell you what happens. There's one person left standing. They're not really left standing. They're sort of there's one person left alive. And then, you know, something happens, and then something else happens, and then you're like, oh, we get to see how this was tied into another movie. But then you're like, well, wait a minute. If it was tied into that movie, then there's this other movie. Are they just forgetting? Did they erase Seed from the equation? Because the end of the movie is the beginning of Bride of Chucky, and then all of a sudden they just like, oh, well, the Bride of Chucky never happened either. Or something. I don't know. I'm so fucking confused. Will somebody please explain this shit to me? Okay? Because at the end of the movie, the dog is taken to the evidence locker, and then that's where it came from to begin with to get to this fucking movie. So who sent it to them from this fucking movie? Oh, it must have been Tiffany. But then now she's sent it. When the fuck did Tiffany fucking... Oh, also, Chucky was this girl's stepdad for a minute. And he's the reason she's fucking paralyzed. Well, I guess they tried their fucking best. But, like, what? Seriously, what? So, yeah, I what could I rate this movie if I had to put a rating on it? Could I come up?
Shit.
Shut up! Get my fucking dinner ready. Anyway, this is too hard. It's too hard to come up with a rating for this movie. Like, I don't understand this movie. Like, maybe I should watch it again? I don't know. Like, I seriously almost turned it off this time, too. But then I just kept fighting through it, and then it sort of started to get good, and then it sort of got stupid. And then it was just like, how do you put a rating on this? Let's just give it a fucking 4.6. Or something. Yeah. I don't even know what I'm fucking looking at anymore. Anyway, do you like this fucking movie for some reason? I mean, it wasn't all bad. It wasn't Seed bad. But, Jesus Christ. I mean, there was just... I don't know. I don't know what my problem is with this movie, but I have a problem with this movie. Because there was so much potential. It's like, why the fuck is it taking place in a haunted house? That's first of all. Why the fuck is it taking place in a haunted house? Second of all, how many fucking twists and turns are you going to try to make? It's a fucking Child's Play movie, asshole. Just have them like, nobody believes you that the doll's doing this. And then they have the doll do the stuff. I mean, the Child's Play formula had worked for 3 to 4 movies previously. You would think they could work. I don't fucking know. Oh my God. But no, Fiona Dorff was fucking awesome in this movie. I can't stress that enough. Everybody else was all right. Everybody else was all right, but it was like, oh God, this really shouldn't have been a Child's Play movie. That's basically what I'm getting at. This felt like how Hellraiser had all these fucking scripts that weren't fucking Hellraiser movies, and then they were like, you know what? Let's throw Pinhead in there somewhere so that people will watch this shit. So that's what they did with this movie. They didn't think anybody would watch it unless they threw Chucky into it. But there was a decent movie without it being a Child's Play movie hidden in here somewhere. But then there was a bunch of boring shit thrown in, and then they threw Chucky in just because, oh, they needed to make another Child's Play movie or something. But they're not allowed to call it Child's Play, so they had to call it Curse of Chucky or something. I don't fucking know. The whole goddamn thing is confusing. I'm pretty sure my dinner's almost ready. Somebody help me. If you have any idea what the fuck, leave a comment in the comments section down below. If not, just like the video to let me know that my efforts were worth it. And hit the subscribe button, and you'll get more incoherent fucking reviews or something. Maybe that's what I should call the channel. I don't know. I've given up. I'm giving up. All right. But anyway, so here was my thoughts on the Curse of Chucky. What are your thoughts on the Curse of Chucky? Anyway, thanks for watching, and I just want to give a big thanks to all my patrons, because I forgot to put their little card on. Hopefully I don't do it again, but I want you all to know that I think about you every day. I don't get chances to message you like I should, like I'm supposed to, but, you know, I'm doing my best, everybody. Deal with it.